What is going on, guys? We are back again with another YouTube tutorial for you. Today we are going to do some gray blending. As you can see here, my guy has a bunch of grays. We're going to skip a lot of the haircuts and just focus on the color. But what we're going to do is knock it down to a number one. Obviously, because that's what he gets up top. Skin fade, medium to high skin fade, bald fade actually. So we buzz it down to the number one. We're going to set our guideline with our 0 clipper closed. Okay, so we're going to go around the head, make sure that's nice and even. Again, when it comes to color and using a gray coverage, I do a rough draft because, the salt and pepper can play tricks on you. So I do a rough draft cut. Then I go back and I detail everything after. So the main thing is get it cut down, established the way that, you'll want it. And then, put the color on because, when you're cutting salt and pepper hair, the salt and pepper can literally, you might have to do 2 different haircuts because one way it'll look blended with the salt and pepper look, but then you go and you put color on and it's like, wow, this is a whole different haircut, or this is a whole different, it's a whole different head kind of thing. So rough draft it, whoever it is, whatever kind of haircut they get, cut it down, establish, the haircut first, then throw the color on. So we're going to spray some hairspray, lay down the front hairline. Obviously, I like to do that when it comes to these shorter haircuts. I think it, gives that line up nice and crisp, stands out. So I can see where I need to fade and keep that box intact. So boom, we're going to lay it down, dry it up nice, and get this front line lined up. All right. So obviously, again, we'll go over the quick steps. Buzz it down with a number one. Establish the guideline using our clipper closed. Spray down the hairline, line it up, starting in the middle of the head, going to the higher side. And you can see me here matching. His right side is a little bit higher, so I always go from the middle to the right, and then from the middle to the left side of his head. Now we're going to clear out the bottom because we have our hairline established. We're going to clear out this bottom area using our Gold FX trimmer. Now, so since we did a 1 guard on top, we know that there is only one other guard that will blend into that, and that's the 116 guard. So I'm going to take the 116 guard, open it up on my clipper, and blend right into that top of his head, into that 1 guard, attacking the line every time. So obviously it's open all the way. We're going to go all the way up into the top of his head, then close the clipper halfway, hitting the line every time. We're going to close the clipper again all the way to get that line as faint as possible. Then we're going to take the clipper, and we know that that line that's left is a 0. So we're going to adjust the clipper as needed to get that line out. So now I'm going to do a rough draft, blend on this beard because, we're not going to put no color on that. Same thing on the other side. Boom. We're going to get rid of that. Kind of do a rough draft fade down into the beard. Do a rough draft, line up on the lip. And now we have our color. Okay? We're going to mix it up really, really good. Mix it up really, really good. And I'm going to start applying to the hair. I always go to the hair first. I do think that the coarse, hair on the beard takes longer to color because the hair is so coarse. But this was his first time, and he's never had color before, so we are going to make sure that we get that front hairline. We're going to make sure that we get the box. We're going to go around the whole area where his hair is. And obviously after this is washed off, shampooed off, I'm going to see, okay, so it's a little blemishy here. I'm going to go back and touch up the fade. Now, when it comes to color, you really want to make sure that you're getting the color on the hair. Okay, that color needs to be on the hair so that way it goes into the hair follicle. Um, Now, what I like about this box color is this gray blending made by BIGEN is it doesn't really stain the skin like Just for Men does. So again, I'm going around, this where the fade happens and the boxed area, the hairline, making sure that it is covered. With this product, it only has to sit on there 10 minutes, and you will see a nice significant difference. I think the longer it sits, the darker it gets. And then, if it reaches, 15, 20 minutes, obviously, like, it won't go any darker. I would say. That's my personal opinion. So you can see here where all that gray hair is in his chin. He's very gray in the chin area there and in, like, the back of the jawline area. His beard is a little reddish, has some tones of brown and red. So really, I went with this color more on the gray area, and I wanted to keep his natural reds and browns on his cheeks and just keep it as natural as possible because I didn't want him to feel like, damn, I'm a whole different person. Like, what happened to all my color? So I try to keep everybody as natural as possible when, we do stuff like this or enhancing and whatnot. So again, all right, I'm looking, I'm applying, I'm not caking it all over his beard. I'm applying it to where the grays are. Again, you're not going to get this perfect on, whatever, but you are, like, I can see all the grays underneath, so I did just go wiggle that brush in there to get it all on the grays, and you'll see me do that more and more as the video goes on. So this brush comes with the kit, and I love this brush because it really does help move that color around. So as I'm coming to the back of his jawline, I'm not really pulling that color all over his cheek. I'm just kind of fading it like you would with a pair of clippers, except I'm fading it with the color just to get a nice mix in there. But the main focus is on the chin where all the grays are and in the back of the jawline where some of the grays are. So you can see me checking it out, monitoring the color change, monitoring, making sure that it's all there where the color needs to be. Brushing it through. It's like a little wide tooth brush. And it works nice for moving the color. So after this sits, I'm going to do this and move the color around. What I'm looking for too is, like, is it staining his skin? Because like I said, it doesn't stain the skin, but it will stain, somewhat if left on or not moved around too much. So I do like to move it around and check. So now what I'm going to do, like I said in the beginning, you want to make sure that the color is on the hair. So right now I'm moving the color back onto the hair, brushing it all around once again. So yeah, making sure that it's on the hairline, on the hairs, and monitoring to make sure that it's not, staying in the skin. So I'll do this too. All right, we're gonna make sure that there's a nice clean line of the gray coverage along his forehead, so that way if it does stain a little bit, everybody's different, but if it does stain, it's not gonna be looking all crazy. Same thing with the box here. Like if I ended up hitting his ear or getting some on his neck, like, I'm gonna wipe that off automatic. So now I'm checking the beard again, seeing how the color's coming along. You can already see here that it's getting darker. The haircut and the beard. So now what I'm doing is, moving this color around because, here's a gem for y'all. Like, color removes color. So before I go starting a shampoo or anything, I'm going to work that color all around before I rinse it off. Color removes color. So right now I'm about to get him into the sink. So I'm going to take that, run it around his head. And this is how I have them wash their beards, because I feel feel like some people would be like, how do you wash their beard? I have them do it. Then I'm gonna blow the beard out, and we're gonna, finish fading this. Go back through, detail the haircut, and the part that I left off here is after I detail everything. I lay them back, give them a hot towel, line them up nice. So you can see here, the color is so much different. His hair is so much more, I guess, fuller, not so shiny, not so white, not so light, but it's natural, and that's one thing I really like about this product. This stuff will put money in your pocket. This stuff will change lives. I asked him to tell me what his wife thinks. She loved it. So this is the final look, guys. If y'all took something from this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below, man. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the bell. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.